Miami City Commissioner Michelle Spence Jones is fighting to keep her seat after she was arrested again this week on charges of bribery. Governor Charlie Crist has already suspended her twice. Joining us this morning with her take on all of this is our legal expert, Lee Stapleton. Lee, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much. And I have to start out by asking, it feels like deja vu. Here we go again. Michelle Spence Jones was charged again last week. What's this case about this time?
The state is contending that Michelle Spence Jones solicited a $25,000 bribe from two developers, and the idea was that she would give a favorable vote to extending the name Brickell Avenue on a street where they had a project, and it would make this project more desirable. I never knew that Brickell Avenue was desirable in the same way as Worth Avenue or Park Avenue, but that's the theory. Problem was, this thing never came up for a vote, and the money did go to a legitimate charity. So it seems to me that the state may be on a street that is going nowhere.
And Lee, some are saying the timing of these charges is suspect because a civil judge is going to rule next week on whether or not Governor Crist had the authority to suspend her a second time.
The timing of this thing is extremely fishy. You may recall that she was elected in November. Shortly after that, she was charged with grand theft. The governor removed her. She ran for her seat in a special election and won, and she was removed again. She's claiming that he had no authority to take her out the second time. One of the reasons being that the prosecutors charged her it wasn't by a grand jury indictment. It appears that the judge hearing the case is inclined to go with her, and she might get her commission seat back. A ruling's due out this week. But 1 hour before the final papers were due in the civil case where her seat's at issue, the state attorney's office handed out this new case that, again, 1 hour before. So that does seem like a very odd sequence of events on the timing.
And how strong is the state's bribery case?
Look, I don't know what else they know, only what's out there. But to me, it seems like a ridiculous case that Armando Codina, who is one of the developers who's being accused of this bribe, along with a guy named Ricardo Glass, Codina is one of the most respected people in this community, that he's wildly successful, he's prominent, that there's no reason why he would give a 2-bit bribe on a 2-bit matter. And it makes no sense. Did he give money to the other commissioners? Was there a swing vote? There's nothing to suggest that there's any corroborating evidence like tapes or other witnesses. Just the prosecutor thought that this seemed fishy, so he indicted her. And to me, again, I may be surprised with something else, but this seems to me like Operation Dead End for the state.
And Lee, what would you do if you were in Spence Jones's shoes right now?
I would not pass go. I would not collect $200. I would not waive my speedy trial rights. I would say, let's go, let's rock and roll. I want to go to trial. State, prove your case, because the more time this thing languishes, that allows the state time to try to get more evidence and muddy this up. Justice delayed, justice denied. I'd go to trial as soon as possible.
Lee, as always, thank you so much for your legal expertise, and we look forward to seeing you next Sunday.
Thank you.
Well, hundreds of soldiers from right here in Florida are fighting